Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Functional Medicine with me, Dr. Howard Robbins. This is part two of Inflammaging, and now we're going to go into all the most effective and important things you can do in addition to what I said in part one, which was more generalized things. Now we're going to go into some very important aspects of it. First of all, intravenous ozone therapy. Now, normally, I always do the simplest and easiest method that I can recommend, the least costly method of ozone therapy, which is called direct IV ozone. If you want to listen to my podcast called Intravenous Ozone Therapy, everything you need to know, it tells you all about ozone in general. It goes over all the different intravenous methods and why we use the more powerful ones that I use. But here, even the blood methods of ozone can be very helpful and beneficial. You don't need though they cost generally a lot more money to do for those of you that can afford it. The direct IV method can be the way I do it, and the fees we charge make it affordable for people, not just the wealthy and financial elite. The blood methods of ozone tend to cost 2, 3, 4, or many more times per treatment, and yet they're very effective at reducing inflammation and infection and whatnot in your body. So any form of ozone therapy can be very beneficial and in treating inflammaging. If you're very concerned about it, you definitely need to look into this. And if you want to know more about it, well, then you can call my office. I'll give you the number at the end of the show, and they'll put you on to me, and we'll be able to discuss it and listen to my other shows on it, and you'll understand. But intravenous ozone therapy, you can't just do one dose of ozone as medicine. You need to be doing multiple doses of it several times a week. I use it as a detox program in the direct IV method, anywhere from 12 to 18 treatments done it 2 to 3 times a week, because it's only 2 to 6 minutes. You're in and out within 30 minutes. The blood methods of ozone can take up to an hour or more. And depending on which method you're getting, you may only be able to do one a week. EBU is once a week. 10 pass that I use is an EBU can cost thousands of dollars. A 10 pass, which I build you up to so you'll be able to getting, that can, you know, cost $1,000 or less. If you're paying more than that, I think you're getting overcharged. But everybody charges what they feel they're worth. Nobody has a right to tell them what to charge. I've made my fees affordable for people, as I say, not just the wealthy. Having said that, um, uh, other methods of ozone, blood methods of ozone like MAH, 250 and up, that could be done 3 times a week, where you take out just one small segment of blood ozonated and put it back in. But now you're needing heparin, you need blood thinners and other things to help with that. And there's some greater risks involved. The direct IV method, which I've done now over 385,000 times in the last 31 of my 35, 6+ years of doing ozone, has proven amazing at reducing that. I'm 78. I don't dye my hair. I still have a lot of dark in it. I have a tremendous energy level. It had to have retarded the aging process in me. Now, remember, you have two agings. You have your chronologic years from the time you were born, so you could say I'm 78 years old, but then you have your epidemiological age. How old are your cells? Okay. And companies are trying to come up with ways of measuring this. So, what am I really? You have people in their 50s that act and look like they're in their 80s, and then people in their 80s that act and look like they're in their 50s. Maybe I'm 60 years old. So what does that mean? It means that maybe I have another easy 20 to 40 years of life left in me. It's very possible I could make it to 120 or more. But the key is not about growing old. It's about growing old and being well. You don't want to be in a nursing home growing old. It's no fun. Okay. So intravenous ozone therapy, I've done it so much in myself, I'm sure. And when I didn't know I needed it because I didn't know about things like inflammaging, um, I was doing these things and exercising and all the other things that I did, meditating and all the stuff that I chiropractic, all the stuff that I've been doing over the years, reducing stress in my body all the time. So intravenous ozone, I'm not going to go into it more. Listen to my shows on it. That's amazingly important, that reducing the aging process, the inflammation in your body. Probiotics. So how might they affect inflammaging? So understand this, as you age, a number of different changes occur in your body. You have a reduced amount of and diversity of beneficial gut bacteria. If you've had an antibiotic even once in your lifetime, you don't have any good boys left at all. And you'll understand that in a minute or two more when we get into it. The gut becomes, because if it's not that healthy, you can get what they call leaky gut. Look up leaky gut syndrome. I think I've done a show on digestive diseases where we discuss leaky gut. And that means your gut's intestinal wall is more permeable, allowing junk to leak into your blood system. You get a greater production of what's called inflammatory molecules in your body as we age. And of course, we know our immune system weakens. So probiotics in general, and certain ones specifically, can strengthen the gut barrier and reduce that leaky gut, helps modulate the immune system because 70% of your immune system is in your gut. And what they're also capable of doing, if you're taking the right ones, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, it can reduce the amount of what they call pro-inflammatory cytokines that your body produces, such as TNF alpha and interleukin 6, 2, 6, 7, and 8. Now, there's nothing wrong with TNF alpha and interleukins. They help in fighting infection, cancer, and other things in your body. But you got to keep them modulated. That's one of the things intravenous ozone therapy does, particularly the direct IV method that I've pioneered and done over 385,000 treatments, proving its safety and its benefits using my methods and protocols. And so there's nothing harmful about that when kept modulated, which we can do. Unmodulated, they can lead to disease and kill you. That's what hemorrhagic fever is all about. Ebola, where I just did a show on that. You might want to listen to it, maybe going to Africa, back to now for the first time to the Democratic Republic of the Congo with the help of the White House, getting there and making all these things happen to train them in the use of ozone to treat Ebola, which allows all these cytokines and whatnot to build up in large amounts in your body, and then like a jack-in-the-box suddenly explode, and causes your body to start bleeding and kills you literally within 10 days of getting it. And ozone modulates that as one of its benefits and prevents that from happening. Healthy bacteria produce beneficial metabolites such as short chain fatty acids, GLP-1. Okay, so it helps in controlling and preventing diabetes. It helps in controlling weight. Where do you think they got the idea to make Ozempic and these other products? Our body makes it, but if it stops making it, you start to gain weight and you start to develop diabetes, which is a real problem in this country. Well, a healthy gut reverses that, can help reverse that. So how do we go? So let's go into the probiotics. So now this is important. And many of my shows are on this so that you can listen to it. You want a living probiotic. Bacteria are probiotics. and you want certain healthy strains because certain strains have been proven to have certain benefits over all the different strains. Your gut naturally contains as many as 300 plus different strains, but there is key ones that are very, very important. Now, when they make probiotics, they generally take these living bacteria and they freeze dry them and they combine them with other things like sugar or dairy into a powder. And now they sell it as a powder, or they sell it compressed into tablets, or they jam the powder into capsules and they sell it to you. Problem one, freeze drying process kills a majority of the bacteria. They're very sensitive. Problem two, they have to be capable of surviving if they do come out of suspended animation and back to life. They need to survive the stomach acids and bile salts of the small intestine. How do they do that? They can't. They're destroyed. So virtually, according to research that was done by Eliav and Segal at the Weizmann Institute in Israel, they're virtually worthless. So why do you feel better taking them? Well, they act as a placebo, according to Dr. Gibbard from North Carolina University Medical School. So they act as a placebo, and you feel better because you expect to feel better. So what's going on? Isn't there anything you can take that'll work? Well, people understand. Well, they eat yogurt. Why? There's acidophilus and sometimes a few other strains that aid in digestion. You eat raw sauerkraut because there's probiotics in it that aid in digestion. But the ones that aid in digestion, like acidophilus, look like your index finger. They're like sticks. You need the kind that have like hands and feet that can claw onto and hold on to your body. They're more yeast-like in structure. And those can stick to the wall of the gut. But first, they have to be living to begin with. They have to be capable, called next generation bacteria, capable of surviving stomach acids and bile salts. And then they have to be what's called smart probiotics. They didn't go to Harvard, but smart probiotics is actually a term. Stick to the wall of the gut, to keep it simple. They change their genetic expression when they reach there, and they stick to the wall of the gut, and thus kill bad bacteria that are living there, get yeast in balance again, and then grow in number. Okay. Now, how does this happen? That's where I used to, my sponsor, Doctor's Biome. And you can get Doctor's Biome at doctorsbiome.com. DOCTORS, Doctors, BIOME. Sounds like Biome, biome.com. And I'll let you use my coupon code, Howard35. You get 10% off the retail price. Go on auto ship, get another 10% off. So you get 20% off. But it's not a cheap product. But because all the bacteria are living in a 100% organic vegetable fruit juice, which makes it delicious, and you drink this 2-ounce shot every day, but because they're living and they're made up of next generation smart probiotics, okay, as patented proprietary 15 strains in the tens and hundreds of billions, growing in number every day, these actually survive the stomach, stick to the wall, and do everything that I just said you need done. It's that simple, and it's available. You should be getting it. Your whole family should be taking it. Children should be taking it, but in smaller doses than the 2-ounce shot. Depends on age. If you're not certain how much to give a kid, email me at Ozone with details about the children, age, weight, height. And this way I have an idea. I can tell you how much of a bottle they should drink each day. So by replenishing the healthy bacteria in your gut, and if you look up what are the most important strains, you'll find that Doctor's Biome has all those strains and more. So it's as if they knew when they developed this what to expect. Essential In retarding the aging process and preventing disease, the gut connects to every organ and every system in your body. There's the gut-heart axis, works with heart disease, the gut-cancer axis in the prevention and treatment of cancer, the gut-brain axis that deals with depression and anxiety and autism. I can go on and on. The gut-skin axis, I've done shows on it discussing this. You need a healthy gut. Simple as that. This is the way to get one. I promise you, if you've had an antibiotic, if you eat red meat or chicken that isn't organic, halal or kosher, or farm-raised fish, if you're eating that as well, you're going to get uncooked out doses of antibiotics, and it's going to damage your intestinal system significantly and promote your aging rather than de-aging or slowing the aging down. Now, you want to have foods that are, of course, to support these bacteria that are high in fiber. Well, Doctor's Biome contains this high fiber from the organic vegetables and fruit, already feeding the bacteria so they're growing in number in the bottle. And then, of course, all the other things we've discussed in the previous show that you should be doing helps with all this. So probiotics have been shown to reduce the markers of chronic inflammation associated with aging. There's no real studies yet proving that they're anti-aging, but it's pretty clear that they are. These are the things that you need to be doing predominantly that's going to help. And when you have healthy bacteria, by the way, in your gut, they create postbiotics, which are also essential because they create all sorts of other vitamins and metabolites that are healthy and necessary for your body to strengthen your intestinal barrier, reduce systemic inflammation, um, boost your immune system. These are all very important things. Now, supplements like ginger and green tea extract, boswellia, which is Indian frankincense. In the past, you always heard frankincense and whatnot, but frankincense can be very, very helpful. Garlic extract, um, magnesium, vitamin D3, and then of course you need vitamin C 5 or 6 times a day, as much as your stomach tolerates without irritating it. K2 to absorb the vitamin D3. All these things are important, along with other antioxidant nutrients and supplements that you should be taking, some at least every day. What am I leaving out? Water. How can I leave water out? Water is essential to be well hydrated to retard the aging process. Um, you need to be drinking 3 or 4 liters, 3 or 4 quarts of water, healthy liquids at least. It could be green teas, things like that, herbal teas. But you need to be drinking 3 to 4 liters of healthy water every day. I did a show on water not too long ago that's posted now, talking about healthy water and how to get it. You don't want to be drinking contaminated waters that have all sorts of junk in them. That works against you. These are the important things that you can be doing. Water, vitamin C, supplements, probiotics, Doctor's Biome, and ozone therapy. You want to grow old and be well or not? It's up to you. This is your choice. Waiting until you're already damaged and where it might be at a point where it's too late to do any slowing down of consequence or reversal, it's a choice people make. A lot of people have to be motivated by being in trouble. They're not willing to be proactive and do things before they have these issues. That's up to you. Your life is in your hands. Your life is in your hands. You have to do what you want to do and what you feel is important and makes you happy in life. Um, hug 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 your significant others and spouses and kids and love animals. I have 3 dogs, 2 are rescues. Do all sorts of positive things. Laugh, boost your immune system. All these things are wonderful ways of boosting the immune system and retarding the aging process. If you have any questions about the things we're telling you to do to reduce inflammaging, call my office in Manhattan at 212-581-0101. That's 212-581-0101. Or email me at Ozone Doctor, OZONEDOCTOR at Yahoo, YAHOO, Ozone Doctor at yahoo.com. Please subscribe to my channel. This is a big thank you if you're getting anything from any of my podcasts. Please subscribe to my channel and tell your friends about it. There's plenty of wonderful shows that you may not need now, but you may want to know they're there so you can get answers to your problems later on, and for your friends and people you know and love, family and friends. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, stay well, and bye now.